I'll take care of this. You guys leave the tip. Should be about $1 apiece. And when I come back, I want my book back. Sorry, it's my book now. Blonde, shoot this piece of poop, will ya? Alright, everybody. Cough up green for the little lady. Come on, throw $1.
Nuh-uh, I don't tip.
What do you mean you don't tip?
I don't believe in it.
You don't believe in tipping. Hey, do you have any idea what these ladies make? Man, they make poop.
Don't give me that. She don't make enough money. She can quit.
Man, I don't know if anybody would have the guts to say that. So let me get this straight. You never tip.
I don't tip because society says I gotta. I tip when somebody deserves a tip. When somebody really puts forth an effort, they deserve a little something extra. But this tipping, automatically, that's for the birds. As far as I'm concerned, they're just doing their job.
Hey, that girl was nice.
Our girl was okay. She didn't do anything special.
What's something special? Take you in the kitchen and give you a smooch? I go 12% for that.
Look, I ordered coffee. Now, we've been here for a long time, and she's only filled my cup 3 times. When I order coffee, I want it filled 6 times.
Well, what if she's just too busy?
The words too busy shouldn't be in any waitress's vocabulary.
Excuse me, Mr. Pink, but the last thing you need is another cup of coffee.
These ladies aren't starving to death. They're making minimum wage. I work for minimum wage. I wasn't lucky enough to have a job that society deemed tip-worthy.
Now we're getting to it. It's just not that he's a cheap guy. But it's also he couldn't get a waiter job. So you don't care that they're counting on your tips to live?
Do you know what this is? It's the world's smallest violin, playing just for the waitresses.
You don't have any idea what you're talking about. These ladies bust their butts. This is a hard job.
So's working at McDonald's, but you don't feel the need to tip them. They're serving you food. You should tip them. But no, society says tip these guys over here, but not those guys over there. It's crap.
They work harder than the kids in McDonald's. Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I don't see them cleaning fryers. Oh, sorry. These people are taxed on the tips they make. When you stiff them, you cost them money. Waitressing is the #1 occupation for female non-college graduates in this country. It's basically the one job any woman can get and make a living on. The reason is because of tips.
Bump all that. Hey, I'm very sorry that the government taxes their tips. That's screwed up, but that ain't my fault. It would appear that waitresses are just one of the many groups the government screws over on a regular basis. You show me a paper that says government shouldn't do that, I'll sign it. I'll put it to a vote. I'll vote for it. But what I won't do is play ball. All this college crap you're telling me, I got 2 words for that. Learn to type. Because if you're expecting me to help out with the rent, you're in for a big surprise.
Hey, he's convinced me. Give me my dollar back. Hey, leave the dollars there. All right, ramblers, let's get rambling. Wait a minute. Who didn't throw in? Mr. Pink. Mr. Pink. Why? He don't tip. He don't tip. Yeah, he don't believe in it. Shut up. Come on, cough up $1, you cheap goon. I paid for your dang breakfast.
All right. Because you paid for the breakfast, I'm going to tip. Normally, I wouldn't.
Whatever. Just throw in your dollar and I'll tell you what to do.
K. Billy's Super Sounds of the 70s weekend just keeps on coming with this little ditty that reached up to 21 in May of 1970. The George Baker selection, Little Green Bag. And I just remembered, that's the wrong thing I was going to say. Hold on just a second, script change. That was the Partridge Families, Doesn't Somebody Want to Be Wanted? Followed by Edison Lighthouse's Love Grows Where My Rosemary Goes. As K. Billy's Super Sounds of the 70s weekend just keeps on trucking.
All right.
Oh, man, that was fun.
That guy, he doesn't.
It was
tip,
a lot
man.
harder than it was because you had to watch over all the bad words and...
He doesn't tip, man. He just doesn't.
He doesn't
More
tip,
like
man.
tips over.
But
Spoilers.
Is he wrong though? Was he wrong though?
I don't know. That's not for me to decide.
I just tip.
You just tip because you're supposed to, because you're told to. But is he wrong though? Should we be giving them our money?
He is wrong actually, because the waitresses don't make minimum wage. They make less than minimum wage.
You're right, because they're relying on our tips.
True story. So he is wrong.
That's some buns right there. Bump that.
Bump that, man.
That. Speaking of, welcome back to yet another episode of Bump That episode 74. If you guys are new here, we've got Brian in this corner.
You gonna bark all day, little doggy, or are you gonna bite?
And we've got KT in this corner.
More like K-Billy Super Sounds of the 70s.
And I'm Ileana, your host, and we are siblings who have a love for all things nerdy and video games, movies, all that sort, and decided to share it on the internet with all of you people, and here you are listening. So welcome! We've got a lot of news, actually, for you today. Speaking of, I was looking at this and I'm like, gosh, I just keep writing and writing more news. So after our news segment, Katie's got a game for us, True or False, talking about, was it mostly movies? And then some Nintendo stuff?
It's actually more television animated stuff. You'll see. Okay, it's going to be a lot of fun, animated
stuff and some Nintendo stuff thrown in there as well. So stay tuned for that. But first, Stranger Things. Oh my gosh. They completely are valid in setting a record for being the second show on Netflix to be viewed over 1 billion hours.
$1 billion.
Yeah, with the pinky up to the mouth and everything. Completely valid, because my goodness, Hunter and I are watching the season 4. We're still on part 1, but I'm like, come on, man, I'm gonna binge watch this without you. I want to see what happens.
Joanna and I have the season finale left, which is 2 hours. So
man,
and we don't want to watch half an hour stints, so we just got to find the time for 2 hours to crush this thing.
And I had to leave the other night, and I still had 17 minutes left in the episode, and I was like, gosh darn it!
That's the worst.
This is so annoying. It'll be so much better when Hunter and I can just live in the same house together.
Oh, barf.
Yay!
So what show do you guys think is the first show on Netflix?
Bridgerton, right?
No.
Which of the two?
Squid Games.
Is it Squid Games?
Brian says
I'm going to go Bridgerton.
It's Squid Games.
Thank
really?
God. I'm glad it's not Bridgerton. Bridgerton's good, but not that good.
I don't know. I thought I heard Bridgerton was the most watched show on Netflix.
No.
Of all time.
Thank goodness no. It's a good show. I'll give it that. Season 2 was way better than season 1, but not 1 billion hours worthy.
1 billion hours.
Definitely not. So no, kudos to Stranger Things and the Duffer Brothers. Yeah. They're doing some good work over there.
Even though this new season is so much darker, so much more violent, lots of extra spicy words than all the previous seasons. They're not kids anymore. These kids got hormones.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it's still good though. Still a good show.
I wish maybe at the end, once we've all seen it, we can finally give it a review, but we're still making our way
Katie's never even
it.
seen one episode
Of Stranger Things?
Yes, I have. Not of season. I didn't watch season 3 or 4 because I was.
Yeah.
I can't watch too many dark things at once.
It's not even that dark though.
It is. This last season is as dark as it gets.
It's not.
What are you?
Not to me. Not to me.
It is.
I've seen way scarier. Let us know down in the comments. Is Stranger Things scary? I'll say it's thriller.
It's not as scary as think about very similar shows to Stranger Things, like The Goonies or It, kind of stuff like that. Stand By Me.
Are you literally comparing The Goonies to It?
They're literally the same thing. They are absolutely the same story.
Of young kids.
You're
He's meeting a group of young kids that are, being attacked or, going through something scary, dark, demonic,
that is
whatever.
All the same stuff, dude. And if you don't know that, come on, get with the 80s, bro.
So I would definitely not put Stranger Things on the same.
It's more darker and scarier than like the Goonies, but maybe not as bad as like It.
It is probably much scarier.
Yeah.
That one I'm actually afraid to watch. Stranger Things, I was like, let me, get a little slice of that. And if I get a little bit scared, like I haven't, honestly, I haven't. It's been like, maybe a jump, but not like, oh gosh, this is actually like scary. I need to close my eyes or cover my face or something, So at least it's got that going for it. But no, watch the seasons, man, so we can talk about it.
Yeah, because there's some good characters and some not good characters, some good things and some not great things.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we got to dissect it.
But 1 billion hours, that's great. So I'm really happy for them. What's kind of not happy for them is I really am sick of these types of things. Beauty and the Beast coming to the small screen, not the big screen, the small screen, again to celebrate its 30th year anniversary. ABC is going to air a hybrid live action animation special on December 15th. Yay.
Talk about like
Can you
trying
tell
to
that
like
I'm not interested?
Like pound something into the ground. Like they're like, oh, Beauty and the Beast, it's the best movie we ever made 30 years ago. The only animated film to be officially nominated for Best Picture. Not like you didn't win.
Yeah.
Maybe if you won.
Ooh, get them. No, these live action, okay, they've already had a live action film. So you're kind of done now. You're gone.
And who's watching ABC? Nobody's watching ABC.
And who has cable television anymore? Nobody. You're watching it. What streaming service even has ABC on there? Maybe like Hulu or something, or Paramount.
Yeah, you can watch it on your Hulu. If you have Hulu Live.
No, I don't know. So I'm not interested. They did that with Mary Poppins, I think. Was it Mary Poppins? No. Which one was it? It was
They've done it with a few things. They did it with it
was not Mary Poppins. They did it with oh my
Little
gosh,
Mermaid?
Sound of Music. Sound of Music.
Oh, Sound of Music.
I was like the other.
They've done quite a few of them.
What's her name? Oh my gosh, Julie Andrews, the other Julie Andrews movie.
You mean
they've done a few of them.
The Princess Diaries?
That's a great movie. I'll watch that one live action again. I love that film. Make an animated adaptation of it. I'll watch it. At least something interesting. My gosh, I'm sick of all these Disney movies, reboots, and live actions and whatever. Kill them. Get rid of them. I'm done with all these.
Jeez, when are you so bitter?
Because I'm sick of them. They're boring. What is it? Mrs. Potts sings Tale as Old as Time. Yeah, it's old. I'm done with it, Mrs. Potts.
Oh my gosh.
Bury it.
So bitter.
Yeah, and you know what else is really bitter? Some of these reviews about Thor: Love and Thunder, or shall we say, Lame and Shudder.
Whoa,
Ooh.
That's kind of a stretch. That's a reach.
So the reviews are saying that it's a mediocre MCU film.
Well, hold on. Last week, I read reviews that said it was the funniest movie in the MCU.
So Katie gave me this little chunk to read.
Yes.
So what are these reviews?
So let me just to name a few. The Chicago Sun-Times says Thor is a joke. They said that it is
like a good joke or a bad joke.
No. So this is what the article says. I'll try to read it quickly. That's as much fact as opinion because Thor: Love and Thunder is one of the goofiest and least consequential sagas in the MCU history, and allegedly wild and wacky, but ultimately disappointing and disjointed chapter in the ongoing story of the God of Thunder. who seems to get more clueless with each passing movie. Often he's the dumbest superhero in the room, responding to nearly every crisis with either a jokey wisecrack or a preening declaration of his greatness. I can agree to that. I definitely can.
So here's another, this is from RogerEbert.com. They say that Love and Thunder, while it has too many familiar flourishes and jokes, this entertaining sequel is still a force for good, with enough visual ambition and heart in front of and behind the camera to stand on its own. So it is definitely mixed.
I guess the review is that they're just not liking how dumbed down Thor is getting. Like his character is being dumbed.
When the first couple of Thor films came out, he was a very serious character. He was very somber and
now he's like becoming...
You're an old man and a fool! You know, and
now he's just getting kind of silly and like, you know, he is almost like a drunk character, I would say. I don't know. Like from the last movie, it kind of seemed like that. Am I the only one who thinks, you know, something?
Yes! He's a friend from work! I know him! We go to work together! Hulkman, where have you been? Bruce! No Bruce here.
Okay, so this is coming from Fox 10 Phoenix, which I know these are smaller, you know, pieces of media, but whatever.
Phoenix?
The best thing about Waititi's messy but emotionally ambitious Ragnarok follow-up, Thor Love and Thunder, is that instead of adding yet another characterization to the mix, it tries to synthesize everything that's come before it. So maybe, whatever that means. Maybe it's just a bit
They're trying to mix some 80s music through it or something.
I don't know. There was another one.
I think maybe like sift is a better word. Like they take all the Thor movies and then they like sift it in a colander or something and try to get like all the good powdery stuff at the bottom, leaving like...
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Sith, the evil
Sith.
Force
Sift,
users.
like using a colander, you know, to shake flour or something. I don't know. A sifter. To maybe get all the yummy parts. Stop it! To get all the yummy parts of Thor's character and maybe like all of the other character things that make him interesting, or like the Thor character from the past are just being left at the top of the colander. That's my analogy.
Well, I'm gonna go see it as Bump That will be there. So
yes.
I'm gonna and then I'll let you know.
I'm excited because Hunter and I are finally gonna go watch Top Gun tomorrow night.
Heck yeah.
And he wants to watch it in IMAX because he's like, you can't see it not in IMAX. So.
Ooh, Hunter!
The sound is going to be incredible. It's going to melt your faces!
Yeah. So that'll be exciting. But what is exciting is Elvis earns $76 million in 12 days. Soundtrack is number 8 on iTunes. So I'm guessing that's good. 78 million in 12 days, is that good? I don't know. You're the movie guy.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think that's like $100 million movie, so it might break even. I mean, it's a hard sell. It's a musical.
Yeah.
And a biopic about a white guy. Very old.
Right. And but at least they've got, you know, number 8 on iTunes. I guess that's good.
Yeah, it's good.
It's not bad. It's not Bruno, that's for sure.
But the fact that Elvis made 76 million kind of leads into our next point about minions and their accumulation of wealth.
Oh my gosh. Yes. So all the things to be Elvis and Lightyear. The Minions new movie, Rise of Gru, made an estimated $125 million.
Nobody saw this coming, honestly.
Over the 4th of July weekend. So that's just the weekend.
Nobody saw that much money coming.
And you know what's funny? I was at the Mall of Georgia last night, and we're watching, I guess there's a movie theater in the Mall of Georgia, and we see this like group of people come out, and they're dressed like the little girls or minions from the movie. And it's like, oh my gosh, like people are actually going to see this movie. I didn't think it would happen, you know?
No.
I thought everybody was done with the Facebook memes.
$125 million. That's not. It's got right now. It's got people rethinking everything. Pixar right now, Disney. They're like, what the heck? What the heck is happening right here? That our big guy Buzz Lightyear pooped the bed.
Yeah.
Bad. Bad. Because some yellow, little dudes with a couple of eyes.
Blue overall, wearing freaks decided to beat Buzz Lightyear of Star Command.
After 3 weeks, I'm like, wow. So but no, at the end of the day, nobody thought that the sequel to Minions, Despicable Me, the spinoff was going to make this much money on an opening holiday weekend. It's crazy.
The Despicable Me movies are good. Okay? They are good. They know how to, they formulate.
The first one is good. I will argue about the third one. It is bad.
I just watched it this weekend, actually. The boys wanted to watch it, so I watched it with them. And it wasn't great. It was fine. It was watchable. The second one I really like, and the first one I really like. But the actual Minions movie, which this is now the second one of, awful. Awful.
It was pretty bad.
It was.
And the reviews are bad too. Across the board, the reviews are horrible.
It's super strange for this one to be doing so well. It's like, okay, the Despicable Me movies, they're good, all right? They've got the reputation. They're the ones who put it on the map, Illumination, everything like that. But the first one flopped. So why is this one doing so well?
It didn't flop. The first movie didn't flop. It made a ton of money.
But review-wise, it flopped. It was not a good film.
It shows that some movies are review-proof. Especially family films like that. They're going to... families with kids trying to beat the heat, they're going to go see a 90-minute, 80-minute comedy.
Even the moms, the Facebook moms that... post the memes of the Minions on everything that are like, pray for our country, and it has like a minion in the corner of it for some reason. It's like, those moms are most likely going to see it. So it's a big enough franchise. Like, I'm not shocked, but I guess, what are reviewers saying about it? It's made a lot of money, so I'm guessing people are saying, yes, go see it. But
I don't know. I mean, it could make 125. It made 125 million 4th of July. It could go down next weekend to like 30 million.
Right.
Because I don't think it's not going to be a word of mouth like, oh man, your grandma has to see this movie.
Yeah.
Your grandma hasn't seen a movie since Titanic, but she's got to go see this right now. So I don't think it's gonna make 100 million again the second week. If it did, all bets are off the table. I could see it making $30-40 million, and it goes from there.
So here's my question then: how well did Jurassic World do its like second week or something like that?
That was a huge drop. I mean, that's like a 60-70% drop in box office.
You're gonna think that this one will probably have the same ratio. It's not gonna hold like Top Gun did.
My guess is, I mean, it's still summertime, so kids are still on vacation. It's still hot weather across the country. So if you want to beat the heat, go to a movie. So, I mean, it could make $50 million this weekend, but that'd still be a big drop. But that's still nothing to worry about, though.
That is just insane to me. I don't know. I could have never seen that movie making so much in one weekend.
It just shows, like we've talked about before on this podcast, is the pandemic over when it comes to films? And I think officially, yes. Top Gun has been in movies for over a month, and it's still number 2, number 3 every weekend now, making money. Minions now is it's up there. So the pandemic is over when it comes to films.
Right. I'd have to agree with you right there. Now, I'm still curious as to if movie companies will keep putting their movies out on streaming services. Okay, so we had Lightyear, that was Pixar. So it wasn't like a Disney. You know how kind of Cars had planes?
Yeah.
And that, was the Disney. That wasn't the Pixar that made it. Pixar made Lightyear, and they had not put a movie in theaters since Onward. So now that this one flopped, I wonder if they'll go back, because maybe they're thinking
And I wonder if even just Disney Plus hurt Lightyear
right
at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because people are like, we don't have to pay to see it, right away. We can just wait like a couple of months.
I wish they had tested the waters better with Turning Red instead, because it was so well received, even though it had the controversy.
I would have done it with Luca. I think Luca coming out in the summer, that would have been a better idea.
I think so. Yeah. So now we'll just have to wait for the next Pixar movie to come out. I guess it's Elementals or who knows what, to see numbers wise how well it does.
Man, there's no telling.
Are they gonna keep it in theaters? Are they gonna be like, oh, never mind, we're backtracking to streaming because we lost a lot of money. Sorry, bye. I don't know what they're gonna do. It's a gamble now because
I mean they tried really hard with Lightyear. They made a movie that was epic or is supposed to be very epic, so that it needed to be seen in theater, but nobody wanted to see it.
It just wasn't that great, unfortunately. I don't know. I feel really bad. But anyways, moving on in the news. In PlayStation news, rumors are swirling that God of War Ragnarok is going to be further delayed.
And we did get some news today. We actually had breaking news today. Ragnarok is going to be released this November.
Okay.
I don't know when the regular release date was, but it is officially coming out this November.
Okay, so that's of today?
Yes,
awesome.
As of a few hours ago.
So it was still delayed. But that's great that now it has the release date, and I hope they stick with it.
It's going to be a holiday 2022 release. Get ready for the consoles to be selling out with the Ragnarok.
PlayStation. They're such a mess. But with that news, it made fans so unhappy. He harassed a female developer with lewd pictures.
Wait, who did?
I don't know.
Some guy?
It made a fan so unhappy, he harassed a female developer with lewd pictures. So...
lewd or nude?
I mean, kind of the same.
It was a wiener shot.
Oh my, the hot dog was...
Not just lewd and crude, but nude.
Also
nude. Not just nude and crude, but crude, dude. Here's some food.
Yeah, wieners, hot dogs. So that's not good. But no, that is all on the flip side of that. That is good that they have a holiday release title, because that game is gonna sell. It's gonna sell.
And I think the reason why they decided to put out a release date is because of the harassment that developers were getting, especially the lady in question. I think they were finally like, okay, enough is enough.
Don't let that guy win, that bum. Keep it in your pants, bro.
Bum.
Yeah. Craig Bartlett, who's like the producer or owner of Santa Monica Studios, was not happy.
Nobody wants their employees to get harassed, and then especially ladies getting unsolicited, schlongs.
Hot dog shots.
Hot dogs.
I'm not a lady, and I don't even want to see any schlong shots.
Ew, stop saying schlong. Yucky.
Yucky.
What's not yucky? That was a bad segue. Nintendo rumors are also heating up, as they have been reported to be stockpiling raw materials for building hardware. Nerds across the land, say it with me. Switch Pro. Let's get it. Come on.
Except Except more breaking news that came out like hours after I put this out. It appears that it's not a Switch Pro.
No!
It's actually allegedly just another OLED model that is Splatoon 3 based.
Gross!
It looks really cool, but
no.
Come on, Nintendo.
No one wants it.
Come on, Nintendo.
No one wants it. We want
and nobody's gonna buy it. Nobody's gonna buy it because everybody's already gone all out with their Switch OLED.
And it's already like sweet looking, so
yeah. Now I will say that this Splatoon 3 Switch model looks really, really good. But no. Hey, and just a quick mention. You know how a few weeks ago I was talking about scalping for Xenoblade Chronicles 3?
yes.
Yeah, it's already happening. Yeah, it's already happening.
Are you serious?
I know Brian's really interested in it, and I could tell because he's not sarcastic at all in any way. But yeah, there's a lot of scalping going on right there.
Wait, for people who did not listen to past episodes, give a little bit of information of what that is.
So what we were talking about, I think it was last week, is that Nintendo had, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, whatever. Nintendo had a Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Direct just focused on Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and they are planning on putting out a special edition of the game that comes out immediately, like day one. Which is not a good idea, ideally, for reasons. Go check out our other episode. You have to go find it, maybe an episode or two ago. Haha. Now you have to listen to 2 episodes.
Yay!
Yay! Give us a like or a thumbs down. Give us a comment, all that nonsense. But anyway, so what's happening is people are already buying these limited editions, and they're already scalping them on the internet. Like I said, they would.
That's just so yucky, you know?
Yucky.
I hate that kind of stuff. Because that's like
Yeah,
what was
I do
going
too.
on with maybe like the PS5s or other maybe OLEDs
Yeah.
doing that too.
PS5 was probably the worst. And especially when they were having shortages all around. People are selling PS5s for like $5,000.
It reminds me of back in the day when
Tickle Me Elmo.
the Wii was brand new and Target was only allowing people to buy one. You like got a ticket in line, like say at Christmas time, and you could only buy one Switch. And somehow and somehow our mother managed to get back in line and buy 2 of those stupid Wiis.
She's like that, man.
I know.
Seriously.
She's like, I'm getting back in line.
like SpongeBob.
Exactly. She was like, my kids, dang it. They want the Nintendo Wii. I'm gonna make it happen. Gosh darn it. Even if it kills me.
Good grief.
And she got 2 that year. One for us at home and one for Brian when he went back to college. What a good time. Merry Christmas. And that will be it for the news. I really want a Switch Pro, man. I really do. I want the better hardware.
So there's no way that's been confirmed, like any rumors at all? Like,
no.
Are they even going to do it at all, do you think?
So we're halfway through the Switch's lifespan, which we're on year 6 now.
Yeah.
I think
it's 6.
There's been rumor after rumor of like different hardware and whatever, and it's just been something else.
Eventually they have to come out with something. Just maybe they have to come out to compete with the other heavy hitters, Xbox and PlayStation. If they don't come up with something, they're going to see heavy losses pretty soon. If anything, they're going to see heavy losses in stocks. And people like investors, so who knows? But so we'll see what happens.
They don't want to do it quite yet. I think maybe the new generation is still not ready for it. Meaning like, what do you do next kind of thing. You have the home capability and the to-go capability, and that's kind of like what you've been wanting all this time. So where do you go from there? You don't want to go back to just making a home console, do you? Or just a
No.
portable console? Like it's
No,
hard
make it stronger. Give it at least the slowest it should be running is 60 frames per second. That's the slowest it should go.
Well, no, I'm even
the-
saying, what is the next console, not Switch related? Because if they don't do the Switch Pro, then what are they going to do? It would be the next console. So I don't know how they're going to move forward. What do? Do you make it back a home console? Do you make it the, to go console? I just don't know. What do you keep the same formula?
No, I've mentioned it before. I think that what they should do is have internet and streaming services.
Yeah, I agree.
Like basically a portable PlayStation or Xbox, and have Xbox features like Xbox Live.
That'll be a lot of hardware there, though, like to keep the fans running, because that's a lot of processing power. It's going to get you overheated really easily. So it's a lot for them to think about before dipping their toes into it.
Offer a service, like a payment service, like sort of like what they do right now with a membership. Have the consumer pay for it, really.
But I'm just saying, the hardware, how are they going to do it? That's a lot. Anyways, moving on. I could talk forever about the Nintendo Switch and my qualms and my desires, my wishes, my wants.
Desires.
My
who are you, Helga Pataki?
Arnold. No. But anyways, that is the end of the news. Into the chunk zone. Katie,
so chunky.
You've got a game for us.
Yes, and it's just a true false game. Something to, lighten up your mood just a little bit. Let's see how you do versus how Brian and Ileana do. This is just you guys can talk. It's not Brian versus Ileana. It's just both of you. There are 2 questions for you each at the end to see how good you do.
To test our knowledge.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. It's nothing like,
All right.
whatever. All right, so I'll start you guys off with a very simple one. True or false? SpongeBob debuted in 1999.
True.
That is correct. Yeah, that's a pretty simple
I remember being 2 years old, living in Louisiana when that show aired. Yep, and it was the nematode episode.
Yes.
They were nematodes, right?
Nematode. They weren't nematodes. That's
anchovies.
Doug.
They were anchovies.
Nematode is Doug.
Who's hungry?
Yeah, no, the anchovies. Anchovies. What? Anchovies!
Come on, you nematodes.
Yeah, no, not nematodes. My bad. Okay.
All right, so true or false? The Dinkelbergs have 1 child.
False. He's got 2.
Oh, I thought 0. They had 0 kids.
No. False. They have 0 children.
Yeah.
That's why they're called
Dinkelberg.
Yes, the first part of their name, Dink, it actually means double income, no kids.
Oh, dang.
It means they got mad fuzz money, bro.
Maybe I was thinking of the Simpsons neighbors, the Flanders.
Of the Flanders?
Yeah.
That's also...
No, that's Dinkelberg. Like, yeah, that's why the dad was always so pissed. Like, because Dinkelberg.
Yeah,
he had everything.
The birth of Timmy ruined their lives.
Yeah.
With those guys? Oh, yeah.
Loaded.
That's also related to Doug, actually, with the Dinks. They didn't have any kids either. That's why their name was Dink.
Ah, play on.
Yes. All right, moving right along. Danny Fenton's middle name is William.
Daniel
False.
William? False.
It is true, actually.
What the heck? Who knows that?
Yes, Danny Fenton. Danny William Fenton.
Who the heck knows that?
So, but not a good name.
No, I just know James Isaac Neutron.
Yeah. All right. Here's a great one. The Powerpuff Girls was originally called Whoop-Ass Stew.
Yes, true.
I really hope that's not true. I'm going to say false.
It is true.
What?
Yes, and the reason being that Chemical X was originally given the title before the show was a kids show.
Oh.
Whoop-Ass
If
Stew.
I could find her now, things would be better.
Isn't it
Okay.
yellow card?
I don't know.
What?
All right, and moving right along. Bob's Burgers was originally a show about a cannibal family serving human meat in a restaurant.
I'm going to say that's true.
I'm going to say that's false.
It is true.
Thank goodness.
Really?
I wish it had been.
And there are remnants of that concept still in the pilot when Hugo, the health inspector, comes and he says something about too much traces of human meat in the
Ew.
legal amount in the food. Yeah.
I don't want to
Chopped up
waste
fingers.
my time. Can a tragedy of society.
What?
Woo!
No, I wish that had been like the premise they actually went with, but it wouldn't be the more family friendly version.
Agreed. I like it now. Go see the movie if you haven't seen the movie.
I like
It's not even in
meat.
theaters anymore.
No.
Go
but
watch it anyway.
if
I would love to, but
it's a good one. All right. Moving into video games. These are also pretty simple. Charles Martinet has been the voice of Mario since 1992.
1992.
Think about the games that were coming out in 1992.
I'm going to go with
Super
false then.
Mario. Ooh, I'm gonna say true.
It is true.
Yay!
He has been. Yes. Because it was also like commercials and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, true or false? Kirby was intended to be white like a ghost.
False.
True.
Ileana says false and Brian says true.
Yes.
False!
Yay!
Oh, man.
He was always a pink blob.
That is also wrong.
What?
He was intended on being yellow because that color stuck out.
That's also the happy color. The color of happiness, like Kirby brings to everyone.
All right, this is the last question for both of you before we go into individual questions. True or false? There are 275 villagers in Animal Crossing New Horizons.
I'm gonna say true. There's a lot.
Can you repeat the question again, please?
Yes. There are 275 villagers in Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Sure, why not?
False!
What?
There are 393.
Oh my lord! Jeez! How many variations of one goat can you make? But not a single goldfish in sight.
That might be a little scary.
I would
Anyway.
have loved to see a goldfish.
Okay, so this one is for Ileana.
Okay.
The Grub Father eats all the grubs you saved in Hollow Knight.
True.
It is true.
It's so sad. Guys, you want this is a quick story of what happened here, okay? I never was able to finish the game. And I love bugs. Most people know that about me. I love bugs. I don't know what's wrong with me. I've just got this weird thing. So playing that game and saving all those little grubs or caterpillars, whatever, was like the highlight of the game because it was the easiest part, all right? The rest of the game was hard as buns. So whenever I saved one of those little grub guys and the guy gives me money and is flashing it around, I'm like, I'm doing good for the world. Whenever I finally watched a gameplay of like somebody playing the game because it was too hard for me, but I still wanted too hard for me to beat, but I still wanted to see how the game ended. Let me tell you, when I got to that scene and you give like the last grub to him, all right, there's all the little grubs. They're like, yay, yay, yay. And he's out there giving you a bunch of money for getting the last one. You return to that room afterwards. You find his fat, sagging body in the middle of the room. And there are no happy little grubs anymore. None. I literally could have cried in that moment. I didn't, but I was mostly just shocked of just, I helped assist this disgusting thing eat all of those babies. It was a crime. A crime.
Babies.
A crime.
They're babies. Oh, whoa.
And that's what I have to say about that. It was a crime. I was a villain. I assisted criminal activity, giving him food. Okay?
Sorry, guys. It's really coming down. It knocked out my internet. I'll go through this really fast. Can you guys hear that?
No.
No.
Oh, okay. All right. So this question is for Brian.
Okay.
All right. Tommy's shirt is yellow.
You're gonna make me just sit here with my sadness. You're not gonna say anything about the grubs.
Okay, so
I
let me
said
back up.
babies. They're babies.
You're just gonna go on to the next question like the grubs didn't happen.
Okay, let me go back then. When I saw that, I was like, oh my. That's really sad. That's really freaked up because you've been going through this whole difficult game, and this
and
whole,
you had this one cherry on top.
Yeah, that you saved everybody, and no, turns out you didn't. That's a big old slap in the face. Big old slap in the face. All right, this is for Brian. Listen closely.
Okay.
Tommy Pickles' shirt is yellow in the show's first episode of Rugrats. True or false?
True.
False.
He was always blue?
No, he wears yellow shirts sometimes.
Yes, but his shirt was red in the first episode. Before this switched to baby blue.
Pardon? What was that?
Baby blue?
I heard robot sounds. Goopa 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 goopa.
Oh boy. Oh, my internet.
All right. So if you guys have been paying attention to this episode, you'll find out that I have to piece a bunch of this together in post-production because of Katie's rain internet over there. So
it is storming like crazy outside right now, and it's throwing my friggin' internet out the window.
So I apologize for some of the maybe interruptions that you may be like, maybe this is not the most cohesive.
Sorry. More like
episode.
This show sucks. I'm gonna go click on something else.
What's PewDiePie up to?
Yeah, really. All right, what's that show that Brian likes? The Sam the Cook guy. What's his name?
Yeah, represent Sam the cooking guy. This guy makes the best food. If you like burritos,
okay, yeah.
If you like
everybody's
Boigas,
everybody's gonna go check out that channel right now.
He swears a lot, but he's awesome though.
All right, so let's go back to Ileana. We have one question each for both of you. All right, Bayonetta 3 was announced in 2021.
No. False.
That is correct.
What? I thought it was 2020. I thought we've been waiting for 2 years of this thing already.
No, actually. But you were right, Ileana. A teaser trailer was released in 2017.
Oh, man.
And I'm still waiting. And I'm still sad.
I thought we had been waiting a while for that show. That that game! It's a game!
5 years I've been waiting. God.
Wow, that really sucks, man.
I know.
And I'm over here like, where's my Breath of the Wild?
Well, I mean, pretty much you've been waiting the same amount of time.
I mean, the game wasn't announced until 2019? 2019.
Something like that.
Yeah.
All right, and the last question. Brian,
Yes.
are you ready?
Yes.
Billy West voiced Philip J. Fry, Zoidberg, and Bender in Futurama. True or false?
He did not voice Bender. That's Joe DiMaggio that voices Bender. Billy West voiced the professor in addition to the ones you said.
You are absolutely correct. Wonderful.
Yes, because I know, because Billy West is awesome.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
I'm slowly creeping that way. Like,
Bite my shiny metal. Bloop.
Product.
Ew. Keister. Oh my gosh. All right. So you guys did really, really well.
Thank
I wasn't
you.
keeping score.
Thank you.
I did, and I won.
I don't think I won.
Yeah, so
I wasn't
smashed
keeping
you
score,
to pieces.
I'm still surprised about the Powerpuff Girls one, honestly.
I knew
What
that.
the heck?
Oh yeah.
No.
Whoop ass stew.
Whoa! 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 How does the word ass somehow make it into every one of our podcasts? Ew, what is that face?
Goodness.
Maybe this episode was saved after all.
That's no way to talk to the siblings.
Oh my
The
gosh.
siblings out there.
And that will conclude this week's episode. If you guys liked this episode or disliked it, you're allowed to have opinions. Let us know down in the comments below, and also with those thumbs up and thumbs down little icons that you can click on. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe. Become a sibling today. You will become one of our honorary siblings. Join the family. So, hit the button. I don't know. And there's also a notification bell right next to it. So hit that bell so you never miss another episode from us. We upload Wednesday night, Thursday morning, whatever I feel like. However hard it is to edit these dang episodes. So, thank you guys so much for listening. We've got Brian in this corner.
And unicorns.
We've got KT in this corner.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go build my own theme park with blackjack and hookers. In fact, forget the park.
Oh. And I'm Ileana. That should be our next intro. And I'm Ileana, your host, signing off on yet another episode of Bump That. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.